Welcome to another episode of
The Dungeon Crashers.
I'm Guy.
And I'm Zapio.
And let's start off by giving a like and subscribe. And get that bell on if you want to be notified when we post new videos.
Yeah.
As you can see, we've got a little bit of a diorama going on here. Zapio has been going crazy with our 3D printer.
Yeah.
And we've got a bunch of new miniatures printed up, our little inn with the trees, and we're going to be printing more. I'm still learning. I've got one right over here in the corner of the game room. I'm practicing right now.
Yeah.
He's an expert.
Well, I just had a couple more weeks than you. So.
And we've also got a guest today, kind of just observing. This is another member of our game group, Sabid.
Yeah. My brother.
So welcome. And so last week we said we were going to build your typical melee monster. We wanted to make a character that would be good for a first-time player to get them used to the game. We kept it simple and easy to play.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a quick build, so we added what magic items we recommend for the build at the end of the video.
Yeah. And yeah, we wanted to keep this simple, but we also wanted to add some flavor to it. So it would be fun to play if you're an experienced player. And that takes us to the race that we picked. We went with the Stout Halfling. I know what you might be thinking. A Stout Halfling is the melee monster. It just doesn't work, but it does. It works really well, actually. The ability score boosts we get are going to be a +2 to Dex and +1 on Con. Your size is small. You're only 3 foot tall and about 100 or about 40 pounds, and your walking speed is going to be 25 instead of 30. You get the lucky ability when you roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. You can re-roll that dice. You must use the new result, even if it is a 1. The brave ability, you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened and nimble, allowing you to move through, allowing you to move through spaces of any creature of larger size than you. Last, you get Stout Resilience. You have advantage on saving throws against poison and resistance against poison damage. For background, we went Soldier. You get 2 skills, take Athletics, Intimidation. Also, you have Influence within your army or organization. This could be helpful to create roleplay situations, just to kickstart a campaign. I wanted to take this background for the skills that it gives, basically.
Mm-hmm. And for the ability scores, we use the point buy system. There are only 3 ability scores that you need to focus on: Strength, Dexterity, and Constitution. And Strength is 14, Dex is 14, getting bumped up to 16 from the racial bonus. Constitution is 15, also getting bumped up to 16 from the racial bonus. Put an 8 on Intelligence, 10 on Wisdom, and 10 on Charisma. We wanted to make this character do tons of damage while having hit points for days and a good armor class. That will only get better as you level up. Mm-hmm. So for first level, we're going to take Fighter. You get a fighting style, take 2 weapon fighting, allowing you to add your ability modifier to your offhand damage. You get Second Wind as well. On your turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to a D10 plus your fighting level. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. And for starting gear, you get 2 short swords. For now, we'll be using our Dex modifier for attack and damage rolls, and a short bow for range attacks. For now, take whatever armor you can get that's medium or light. Chain shirt or breastplate is a good start. We recommend taking something that won't give you disadvantage on stealth checks. You will be ditching the armor anyway in a few levels, so don't get too attached to it.
Right. For second level, we're taking second level of Fighter. You get Action Surge. On your turn, you can take 1 additional action. Once you've used this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. This ability can give you 3 attacks for 1 round, so use it wisely and do it to do a lot of damage to end a fight. At third level, we're going to be taking first level of Barbarian. The main ability you get here is Rage. 2 times a day on your turn, you can enter a rage as a bonus action. While raging, you gain the following benefits if you aren't wearing heavy armor. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. You can make melee weapon attacks using strength. You gain bonus to that damage roll that increases as you gain levels in Barbarian. You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, meaning you only take half damage on these 3 damage types. Your rage lasts for 1 minute. It ends early if you are knocked unconscious, or if the turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn, or taken damage since then. You can also end your rage as a bonus action on your turn. Now that you'll be using for strength for your attack rolls, our strength is a little lower than we'd like at the moment, but that will be changing soon, so don't worry. Also, this is where we will be ditching our armor. We get unarmored defense. While you are not wearing any armor, your armor class is equal to 10 plus your Dex modifier plus your Constitution modifier. You can use a shield and it still gains this benefit, but we are using two short swords, so a shield won't help us. 4th level, we're taking 2nd level of Barbarian. You get Danger Sense. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells. To gain this benefit, you can't be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. Also, reckless attack, When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn. But attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn. So be careful with that. If you use this with Action Surge and your offhand attack, you have advantage on all 3 attacks, but all attack rolls against you have advantage. Is very risky, so use it wisely. You could get killed pretty quickly.
Yes, you could. And now, 5th level is 3rd level Barbarian. First off, we'll be getting an optional feature here. It's Primal Knowledge. We get to take one skill that is available to a Barbarian at 1st level. We're taking Survival. We get our archetype and we took Totem Warrior. You can select one totem from a list: Bear, Eagle, Elk, Tiger, and Wolf. Each has a different ability corresponding with the animal type. We went with the Bear totem, and it's while raging you have resistance to all damage except Psychic. The spirit of the bear makes you tough enough to stand up to any punishment. You already have resistance to physical damage, so now you'll be taking half damage from all damage types except Psychic.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to know what the other totems can give you, the Totem Warrior is in the player's handbook, so look them up if you want to. Also, you can cast Beast Sense and Speak with Animals as rituals. And you gain additional rage a day, giving you 3 total. 6th level is 4th level Barbarian. We get an ability boost and we'll gladly put it on our strength, making it 16. And 7th is 5th level Barbarian. We get an extra attack per round here. So if we use our Action Surge and offhand attack, we have 5 attacks per round. Also, if you have Reckless attack, all 5 of your attacks will have advantage.
You do a lot of damage that way.
The ability Fast Movement is one we've been waiting for because we're slow as a halfling.
Yeah.
Your walking speed improves by 10 feet if you're not in heavy armor, giving us 35.
At 8th level, we'll be jumping back to Fighter for level 3. We get our archetype, take Champion. From Champion, we get improved critical. Your weapon attacks score a critical hit on a roll of a 19 or 20. 9th level will be 4th level Fighter. We get an ability boost and we'll be putting it on our Constitution and making it 18. This will boost our hit points and armor class. This is a good choice here since at this level things will be hitting you more with your current AC, but with all your resistances you should still be in pretty good shape. From now on, every 2 levels in Fighter we'll be getting an ability boost, so that's going to help us at a time too. 10th level is 5th level of Fighter. It says we get an extra attack here, but we already got one from Barbarian, so it doesn't count. Sadly, they don't stack. So all we're getting there is hit points. At 11th level is 6th level of Fighter. We get an ability boost. We're going to boost that strength up to 18.
At 12th level, we get 7th level Fighter. And from Champion, we get Remarkable Athlete. You can add half your proficiency bonus rounded up to any strength, dexterity, or constitution check you make that doesn't already use your proficiency bonus. That includes initiative, so don't forget that. And you've got a good dex, so.
Yeah.
And also, when you make a running long jump, the distance you can cover increases by a number of feet equal to your strength modifier. And I love this. I like to see little halflings jumping all over the place.
Right.
And for 13th level, we'll be taking 6th level Barbarian. From Totem War, we can select another totem from the list of 5. And they all give different abilities like before. We're taking the Tiger Totem. It gives you 2 skills from among Acrobatics, Athletics, Stealth, and Survival. Since you already have Athletics and Survival, you have to take Stealth and Acrobatics, but we want them.
Yeah.
The Elk and Eagle totems would also be good choices here. You also had another Rage for Dave, taking it up to 4.
Yep.
And 14th, we're taking 7th level Barbarian. You get Feral Instinct, giving you advantage on initiative rolls. This is great because you already have great initiative.
Mm-hmm.
And additionally, if you're surprised at the beginning of combat and aren't incapacitated, you can act normally on your first turn, but only if you enter your rage before doing anything else on the turn. The optional feature here is Instinctive Pounce. As part of the bonus action you take to enter your rage, you can move up to half your speed, which helps you get right into the fight.
Yeah, and also you're slow for being a halfling. At 15th level, we're taking 8th level of Barbarian. We get an ability boost here and we're going to use it to cap our strength at 20. We could finish off this build with Barbarian levels since you get some great abilities from the Totem and from Barbarian, but we really need more ability boosts to make this build stronger. So at 16th level, we're going to go back to Fighter for level 8, getting one of those ability boosts, and we will use it to cap our Constitution at 20. At 17th level, we'll take 9th level of Fighter. We get Indomitable. You can re-roll a saving throw that you fail. If you do so, you must use the new roll, and you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. At 18th level, we're taking 10th level of fighter. From champion, we get another fighting style, and we took interception. And when a creature that you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet with an attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage the target takes by 1d10 plus your proficiency bonus. You must be wielding a shield or a simple or martial weapon to use this reaction. This is a great ability since you don't have a use for your reaction at this time. Another good choice would be taking the superior technique fighting style, giving you a battle master maneuver and a superiority dice to use.
Or you can take thrown weapon style. We have a good dex and can carry some daggers.
Yeah.
Since the dagger is a melee weapon, it can be thrown with strength. It can work with while raging. This could be something useful to do while closing with an enemy, and you can throw a dagger with your offhand attack as well. And at 19th level, we'll take our 11th level fighter. We get our 3rd attack per round. Now we can attack 4 times a round. That includes our offhand attack. And if we add action surge and reckless attack, we get 7 attacks in 1 round, and they all have advantage and a critical on a 19 or 20.
Tons of damage.
At our 20th level, we'll be taking 12th level fighter. We get yet another ability boost, and we'll use it on dex, making it 18. This is a very simple build that anyone could have fun playing. I just like to envision a little halfling running around the battlefield, raging, swinging his swords around wildly, all the while biting people on the ankles.
Yeah.
It won't be what the enemies will expect from a halfling. The character can do a massive amount of damage with all its attacks, and can take quite a bit as well. Your armor class isn't the best, but with your resistances and your large number of hit points, you'll be fine. Yeah. And last video, we added some theoretical magic items to build, just for fun, to see what would work with the character. And we use a standard of 1 very rare legendary item, 2 rare, and 3 uncommon items, and that's for a level 20 character. For the first, even though our strength is capped, and we're truly going to shock people with our miniature might, we can use a belt of giant strength. We get 23 strength from a stone or frost giant belt, and 25 from a fire giant belt, and that's at very rare. And we can get 27 or 29 strength from cloud giant and storm giant at legendary. More armor is also great, and brace of defense at rare will work with our unarmed defense. These, along with the belt, use 2 of our attunement slots. We also need some good weapons, so on our last attunement slot, let's use a flame tongue short sword. At rare, that adds 2d6 fire damage to our attack, and we'll take a +1 short sword at uncommon for our offhand. Since halflings don't get dark vision, an uncommon drift glow will give you a light source that follows you around. And it can even use the daylight spell once per long rest, which might negate some magical darkness. And for our final uncommon item, I would take a +1 range weapon. I would use either a short bow +1, or if you took thrown weapon style, a dagger +1, for things that aren't hurt by non-magical daggers. If you wanted to open up an attunement slot, say by trading the flame tongue sword for just a +2 short sword, wing boots are an uncommon item that requires attunement, and would let you fight creatures that want to fly out of your melee range.
Yeah, that's what hurts thing is definitely flying in range hurts halfling barbarian. But I agree with those magic items. Just push this build over the top. This build doesn't have much as far as roleplay skills, but for a first-time player, sometimes it's just better to sit back and watch the roleplay interactions of the more experienced players. You know, get a feel for the water before you go diving in. We hope you enjoyed this build. If you have any questions, comments, or build ideas, please leave them in the comments section below. Next week, we will be building a recommendation from Bluebird32. They want to see a Blade Singer Arcane Trickster build, so look forward to that. So, until next time, cheers.
Cheers.